Hello everybody, my name is Chloe and welcome to a brand new vlog video. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, I am back with another secret TBR. I'm so excited. I'm actually currently in the process of filming this secret TBR and I needed to do a little intro for you guys. So this is a secret TBR that's actually going to become a series over time, and that is going to be me reading books based on specific letters of the alphabet. So a couple different things for this series that I'm working on. First is that I'm only going to be using books that are on my physical TBR. Now because that I'm only using those books, there are some letters that I may skip. So for example, in this video, I'm going to be reading books covering the letters A, B, and C, but the next time I do this, I might not cover the letter D because I don't have any books that start with the letter D. So let's go over what I'm going to be reading in this vlog. This is my stack of books. You may recognize them from my photos on Instagram because I have been posting hints. Whether anybody's guessed or not is another story. So for A, I'm going to be reading All-American Muslim Girl by Nadine Jolie Courtney. I have two books for B, the first one being Brightly Burning by Alexa Dunn. And funny enough, you guys did see this in my April TBR because I am also reading it for book club. In my TBR, I said that I was going to be showing one book from the secret TBR, but I wasn't going to be saying which one it was. The next one for B is Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. And for C, I'm going to be reading Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett. I thought that this would be a fun way to get through my TBR and hopefully find some new favorites. So I'm really excited to be reading these and to share with you guys my thoughts and feelings on all of these books. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the vlog. I am starting off my day by making some chai latte. I'm doing it the iced way that was on the instructions. This came from my Sips By box. You guys see me unbox one every month. So this is the first time I'm trying a chai from the box. Normally I have like a chai concentrate that I like to drink. So this is my first time with this. Alright, so I have started the first book, which is upside down. All-American Muslim Girl by Nadine Jolie Courtney. This is about a girl whose father is Muslim and mother is white, and she looks like her mother. While they are not practicing, she still comes from a Muslim family. There are a lot of attacks happening that people are blaming Muslims for, and there's a lot of racist discussions amongst her friends, but nobody knows that she is Muslim. I've been listening to the audiobook, and at the point I'm in, which is about 80 pages, she is doing a lot of, I guess, searching for herself and how she wants to practice religion, or how she wants to have a relationship with religion. So I definitely knew that there was going to be talk of religion going into this book, but I didn't expect it to be so heavy early on. I am only about 8 or 9 chapters in, and it is very heavy. She's had a conversation with her mother about how she wants to have a relationship with God, or if she wants to have a relationship with God. In my personal life, I choose to not associate with any type of religion, organized religion, all of that, because I have had a bad experience with it in the past. So this book might not be for everybody with how much talk of religion there is. I wasn't expecting it to be like so much so early on, but I'm not going to stop. I am still intrigued and interested on where this story is going. I have seen a lot of mixed reviews, some people saying that there is misinformation with this book. I do know that this book is based off of Nadine Jolie Courtney's life. Of course, I don't think I can really say anything about this. So I have seen some people saying that they don't want to negate her experience. So I guess I'm just gonna keep listening and seeing how this book goes, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I have a little over an hour left in the audiobook for All-American Muslim Girl. I do plan on finishing it today, and I will probably do a wrap-up clip for that after work. This book is not about somebody who is already heavily involved in their religion, interacting in the world. This is more about somebody who has not really had experience in their religion and is learning about it as the book progresses and getting more and more involved as the book progresses, and seeing how the world around her reacts to her becoming more in-depth in being Muslim. I will say there is trigger warnings in this book for Islamophobia. I think that's just that's the main trigger warning across the whole book, literally starting from page 1 to the end of the book. I am enjoying the book. I do think it is very fast paced. I think the audiobook was a good decision because it goes quickly. I enjoy the narrator and the pace of the book. If you are not looking for something that goes very in-depth with religion, then maybe this book isn't for you. I expected it, but not to the depth that it's going into. I think I said in a previous clip, I personally just do not associate with any type of organized religion due to a bad experience with it in the past. But I don't think that that has affected my view of this book, because this is a religion that I'm not familiar with, and I don't know the complete workings of, but I feel like I have learned a lot by reading this book. Not to say that everything in this book is pure fact, but I'm reading it from the perspective of how Nadine Jolie Courtney decided to write her story. I think it's a good book. I think it's going to end up being 4 stars. I'm not like wowed with the relationship. It's not one of my favorite relationships. It's not my favorite book of all time, but I'm glad I'm reading this book and finally getting it off my TBR. Alright, so I did finish All American Muslim Girl. I only had 1 hour left the last time I updated you guys, and of course the hour that I had left was like the saddest moments of this whole story. I cannot speak for the Muslim representation in this book, but what I'd like to say is, no matter whether the representation is accurate or not, or if there's misinformation or not, I do think that this book explores a lot of emotions that are very real. I think it's a very emotional read, so you should definitely know that before you go into reading this book. So it is emotional, but I think it's really well done, those emotions, and I think the exploration of finding religion is done well, because I think that can be done no matter what religion is being talked about. There was a conversation between our main character Allie and her mom, and I think that is a very real conversation where it's like, religion can be, you can have a relationship with God without being religious. So I did end up giving it 4 stars, which is what I anticipated throughout the book. I'm not sure if Nadine Jolie Courtney is an author that I am always going to read what she releases. I happen to have read 2 of her most recent books, and I think this was the better of the 2. Alright, so now I am picking up Brightly Burning by Alexa Dunn, and I can say so far that I've read a little over 100 pages so far, and I am really enjoying it. There's something about the whole like society in space thing that I really like, and this particular one also reminds me of Illuminae just a little bit, because they have a like a ship system named Rory, but not as bloodthirsty as Aiden was in Illuminae. I had a feeling I was really going to enjoy this because I really liked The Stars We Steal, which is also set in the same universe as Brightly Burning. But Brightly Burning came out first, so I'm trying to make all these connections between the 2 books, and so far there's only really 1 connection, or well, 2. But I keep like cross-referencing characters and seeing if they're maybe on the same timeline. I'm also wondering if we're gonna see if the events in this book lead to the events that happened in The Stars We Steal. Again, 2 separate books, but like in the same universe. This one, I know I'm really gonna enjoy it, I think. I still have another 300 pages, but we'll see. And it's also the BookTube Chicks book club pick for April, which is another reason why I wanted to do this video this month, because I have this book to work with as well. Alright, so it is a new week, a new day. I'm actually about to go to work. But this past weekend, I powered through the rest of Brightly Burning. I was just like so obsessed with this book. Here's the thing though. I was in love with this book for about 75% of it. And then when the transition to the finale or resolution came, I was not a fan of it. And due to that, I ended up rating this book 4 stars. But if this book had ended differently maybe, then it could have been 5. I don't know what it is about like this type of like space book or this type of sci-fi, but the blend of sci-fi and romance really appeals to me, which is why I also think I really liked her second book, which I read this one about a year ago. So this kind of sci-fi is really appealing to me. And with Brightly Burning, I got so many blends, like where I've heard, like Desiree told me that she thinks it's it has Firefly feels, which I've never seen that before. I know it is I believe a Persuasion retelling, which I've never read before, but I'm sure some people will pick up on those elements. I really got, briefly I got Beauty and the Beast, and then again I got Cinderella vibes. I got a lot of fairy tale-esque vibes from this book. And the blurb on the front says, a gothic romantic mystery with hints of Jane Eyre, Marissa Meyer, and Kira Cass. And honestly, that makes so much sense because Marissa Meyer and Kira Cass are 2 of my favorite authors. And I really enjoy their work. So it makes a lot of sense that I loved this. I did also establish the connection between these two. I figured out that The Stars We Steal is set about 40 years before the events of Brightly Burning. So this is essentially a prequel to Brightly Burning. Honestly, I recommend both of these, especially if you do like the Lunar Chronicles and the Selection series, because I really like both of those series. Those are like my top 2 series, and these are like great blends, especially The Stars We Steal is a really great blend of the Selection and the Lunar Chronicles. So I guess if anybody has like sci-fi romance books they want to recommend, let me know in the comments below, because these 2 were really, really appealing to me. Hello. So today I'm starting an audiobook actually, and I'm going to be working on Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. It's been a little bit since I've read just a pure fluffy like adult romance rom-com. So now's the time to pick it up. This is kind of thick, surprisingly. But I'm excited to check this one out. I have a feeling it's going to give me a lot of red, white, and royal blue vibes. And you're probably wondering, Chloe, are you going to do audiobooks for all of these books? No, it just seems like that. There's actually an even split where I'm reading 2 books as audio and I'm reading 2 books physically. So it's like a perfect split. So I'm going to dive into this audiobook probably on my commute today, and I'll update you guys when I get a decent chunk of the way through. I'm about 40% of the way through this book so far. For a little bit, I was kind of not sure how I felt about it, but yesterday when I was listening to the audiobook on my drive home, I was cackling because of this side character, Alex, who's just so like dumb but so funny. So a side character had me dying on my whole drive home yesterday, which I think is fantastic. I think I'm starting to warm up to the idea of the romance in this book between the 2 main characters. I did say that I thought this was going to give me red, white, and royal blue vibes. It really doesn't. It's just set in the UK, so that's basically the only relation that I get from this. If you like fake dating, this has the fake dating element to it, so that could be appealing to some people. Normally it is appealing to me, but right now I don't know where I stand on this book, except that the side character is driving me insane. So I've been reading Boyfriend Material, listening to the audiobook. I have still been like cracking up from the side character Alex, but now I'm really enjoying the romance. There's actually a ton of representation in this book, not just with the main character. Multiple characters that are gay and lesbian. So I only have this little bit left, which is the equivalent of about 2.5 hours in audiobook, and hopefully I will get it done today. This is looking to be probably a 4 or a 4.5. It was a little slow to start for me, but still a very high rating for a book. I remembered to film an update before I put my pajamas on, so you guys aren't getting Chloe in her pajamas like you probably are for a good portion of this vlog. You're actually getting Chloe in a dress, and that's not gonna last very long. So this is my first update for Chasing Lucky. I'm about 100 pages in, maybe a little bit over 100 pages. I've found that for the past couple of books, I've been having an issue getting into them, only because for some reason I have been getting so distracted. I've been trying really hard to get into this book, and I am enjoying it. It's not bad, it's just I keep getting distracted, and then next thing I know, the day is over and it's time for me to sleep and there's no more reading time for me. That's really all I have to say right now. That's all I've got as far as this book is concerned. I really like our main character, how she loves photography. I'm still trying to get an idea of how I feel about Lucky, our main male character. I'm getting like Evan Peters vibes from him, which I like. So far so good on that front. If I can just like snap out of the distractions and like really sit down and focus on this book, we're gonna be golden. So I'm a little over halfway through Chasing Lucky. Just a tad bit over halfway through. I'm really liking Lucky's vibe. Even though this book isn't from his perspective, I really like his character and his vibe. Some things are happening. There's a lot of drama going on, but things are turning in the romantic direction, as they do with Jen Bennett books. So I'm intrigued. I'm still enjoying, but I'm also still distracted. If I had to rate it now, it would probably be a 4, which I think that this book is overall going to be a 4 anyway. It doesn't scream like 5-star new favorite book to me. So I think we're looking at a 4 no matter what. Unless something dramatically happens in the next 150 pages, that's most likely what's going to happen. I'd like to say I'm going to finish this book today, but that's not true at all. I'm probably going to take a couple more days with it. I'm actually working really hard on getting my audiobook done at the moment. So we'll see. So I finished Chasing Lucky. I realized it was taking me like way too long to read this, so I sat down on Sunday and read like a good chunk and then finished it yesterday. Not my favorite Jen Bennett book, still good. I enjoyed the contemporary. I enjoyed like the small town vibes from this book. I really enjoyed the love interest, but I feel like I've read others from Jen Bennett that I love more. She's still always going to be an auto-buy author for me though. I love her other contemporaries, and I'm excited to see what else she does in the future. I don't know if it was because I have been getting like distracted while I'm reading lately, or if it was the pacing of the story. But yeah, it just wasn't my favorite. I feel like I've gotten distracted with like a lot of books starting them though, so that may have been my issue. I'm still really glad I finally read this though. I was putting it off for a while. Alright, so now that I've finished everything, let's just recap what I've read and brief thoughts. So All American Muslim Girl, I rated 4 stars. This does have trigger warnings for death of a family member and Islamophobia and general bigotry, I guess. There is a lot of talk about being Muslim and just religion in general. This is, as described by Nadine Jolie Courtney, this was her love letter to Islam, and it is her story. And there has been talk about whether there is misinformation in this book or not. I'm not Muslim, so I cannot say whether that is true or not, nor can I say that her story is invalid, because that is her story and what she experienced. But I definitely think if there are some Own Voices reviewers that have read this book, I would definitely want to see what they have to say. Next was Brightly Burning by Alexa Dunn. Oh my gosh, this is not a new favorite, but definitely something that I really enjoyed reading. For the most part of this book, I enjoyed like 75% of this book, and then the last little bit was not my favorite, which is why I gave it 4 stars. I'm also going to link down below the live show that I did for the BookTube Chicks Book Club, where we read this book and chatted about it. Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall, another 4 star. This really is just a vlog full of 4 stars. I really enjoyed the relationship that was in this book. This does have the fake dating trope. But again, the ending really needed like an epilogue or like an additional 20 pages to really like solidify the ending of this book. But there is supposed to be a sequel, so hopefully that will fix that. And the final book, Chasing Lucky by Jen Bennett, another 4 stars. So this truly is a vlog full of 4 stars. There was really no variety in my ratings, surprisingly. Chasing Lucky, it took me a little bit to get in. I really enjoy the relationship and the main male character. Not my favorite Jen Bennett book, but Jen Bennett is an auto-buy author for me. Always. I love her YA work. I love her contemporaries. So while this wasn't like a new favorite, I'm so glad that I finally got to read it. Quite literally 4 stars all around for reading books that start with A, B, and C. I really enjoyed doing this vlog. I think it's really fun to find something that connects the books, in this case the alphabet, and being able to put this vlog together. So I'm really excited to do the next one. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video idea. I am really excited to do the next one. It's probably not going to be for a few months, but I'm excited no matter what. And that is all I have for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you like what you see here, please go ahead and click subscribe. I post new videos every week, so click subscribe if you want to be updated for when I post those. Check out my Patreon, linked in the description below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! In the darkness, I don't feel so cold. The ashes fall like rain, and somehow we're okay. A story drifts between shadows and smoke.